Hi and welcome to my video series on Microsoft Visual Studio. Last lesson we looked at how to create a master page and how to create web pages within the master page and having that display in the content placeholders. So this lesson we're going to look at how we can use sitemaps and navigation control to basically navigate through our web pages. I'm going to create a relatively simple one, a simple web navigation menu bar this video, but certainly a bit of research can show how you can actually make these navigation controls a little bit more fancy and nested and the like. So let's get started. I've started first of all by creating a number of different web pages. So I have my master page here, and if I just show you my master page in design view, we see here that I've got my page academic results. It's in a table form, and I've got my content placeholder here. I've got my default ASP page, which is the page which any web hosting server will basically default to. You can see here I've just written this is my home page. I've got default 2, which is page number 2, 3, page number 3, and page number 4. Okay, so we want to put a menu structure in over on this side here of where I've actually configured to have my navigation structure and basically have this control our whole website. Okay, so first thing we need to do is, and I've already added one here, so I won't do it, but I'll show you the process, is to add a web sitemap. And the way that we do that is we right click on our website, we add a new item, and you'll see here that there's a template called a sitemap, and basically we would just click on that and we would go add. If you're doing some practice now, do that. If not, just ignore, but I'm just going to cancel for the time being. And what that will do is that will add this little website map over here, and essentially that's installing this kind of site template in our solution. Once we've done that, by default, what will happen is that up will come this code that looks like this. And you do need to do a little bit of HTML coding, so if you're not familiar with HTML coding, you need to brush up a little bit in regards to this. But essentially, it brings a template, so all you really need to do is just fill in the blanks, so to speak. And what this is saying here is that the default default code is usually just URL. These are blank brackets here, the title in blank quotation marks, sorry, not brackets, blank quotation marks, and description in quotation marks. You can see here that I've got this node, which is, and I've put in my 4, which corresponds to my 4 ASPX pages over here on the right hand side. And we can see here that my 4 nodes basically say it's a home page, and home page, the title is staffing list, so I'm looking at the little activity we're doing out of the blue book. And also I've got the description here and class list and so forth, and results and so forth. And these would correspond to some screens that I designed as part of my ASP.NET solution. Okay. So I've done that now, and I've configured these and typed in the names of the ASPX pages that correspond to the ASPX pages in my project. The next thing I want to do is I actually want to go to my master page. There's no point in putting a menu in all of your different default pages. You may as well put it in the master page once and be done with it. So we go to our master page. And once we're over here, what we want to do is we want to go to our navigation grouping of controls, and we want to throw on a menu. So we put in our menu like so, and it's going to ask us what data source we want, and the way that we can do that is we can simply go on new data source here, and you can see here that it's going to ask us for either an XML file or a sitemap. We've already created a sitemap, so we're going to choose the sitemap, and it's going to ask us which sitemap we want, and by default it's going to put in the sitemap that we have just created. So that's cool. If I wanted to, I can auto format that. Again, you know, there's all sorts of different ways of being able to do that. So I might just put in a simple formatting, apply, and OK. So that's cool. The last thing that we need to do, and this is a strange thing in Visual Studio, I don't know why they do it, but they do, is that you have to go over here to the properties for this particular control, this menu control over here, and you actually have to change a property called static display level. By default, the static display level is configured to 1. You need to change it to 2, and that should be now fine. So let's have a look and see what's happening here. And we can see as soon as I save that, you can see here that it's brought in the homepage, staffing list, class list, and results, which I had configured as part of the web sitemap. Okay, so let's have a look at that. Let's play that and debug that and see what happens. And it's just come on my other screen, so I'll just drag that screen across. I'll go up here, and you can see here at the moment I'm on my home page, and it says this is my home page. If I click on staffing list, it goes to page number 2, class list page number 3, and results page number 4. Cool, so that concludes my video on how to use menu controls and site maps to increase the ability to navigate between your ASP.NET solution pages in your solution.